We want you, the recovery service, to go there and get the 13th sunflowers back. Number SX-28 on the Metropolitan Police Department's list of major criminals. The crime figure known as Clayman.
Ah! Whoa! Whoa, what's happening? Ah! Ball on reflections!
Would you like to see the truth with your own eyes?
You can't be telling me this is real. It can't be. It can't.
Now, let's go. To a place full of brilliant artists and their sleeping beauties.
Oh, I see. 30 minutes have passed since Clayman's gang and the recovery service entered the building, and there's still no sign of movement, sir.
If at all possible, before we dispose of the paintings and the people inside, I'd like to appraise his collection to see if there are any real masterpieces hidden among the fakes. Is that possible, disposal servicemen?
Whatever you want.
Wow. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
What do you think? It's no match for sunlight, but even so, it's bright enough, isn't it? Without this much illumination, my collection can't be enjoyed. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say so? It's not the Louvre. Well, not yet, anyway.
Ban, the guy who painted this one was famous, wasn't he?
Yep, that's a Renoir.
Yes, that work is a fine example of the ideal Renoir strove for all the way into his waning years. Female beauty itself. It's snug enough to put up anywhere, but he once said, I want to create the kind of painting that I could put up on a wall and watch it please people. Can't you just feel that desire of his flowing out from this painting? Next to that one is Van Gogh's friend Gauguin, then Cézanne, Picasso, and here we have a Matisse.
They're all so beautiful, aren't they?
So, Mr. Clayman.
What is it?
It looks to me like the 13th sunflowers, the rest of this collection, are more than just simple forgeries.
That's just like you. I knew you of all people would understand.
Don't get the wrong idea. We're a recovery service, plain and simple, and we were hired to recover that sunflowers.
I know.
Then why did you bring us here to your gallery? What are these paintings you're showing us?
Are you asking me that question as a recoverer, or are you asking me in a more personal capacity? I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to refrain from answering your question about the paintings. As to the reason I invited you here, it's because I heard about you from Miss Himiko and I was intrigued. So I thought I'd have you illustrate your skills for me along the way. As well as your understanding of art. And...
Huh?
if it seemed like the two of you understood my collection, I thought I might become your client in place of those villains you're working for. Your client in the eternal recovery of these paintings here.
The eternal recovery?
We may not look like it, but we are professionals. We could never do anything to betray a client, assuming there's no breach of contract or anything.
Ah, then this arrangement should work out perfectly.
Huh? Swarming around out there like killer bees.
What'd I tell you, Ban? They've come to sting us like the little insects they are.
Much of my collection is stolen from that corrupt art dealer Hachisu. That man was going around buying up these paintings for next to nothing and insuring them for huge sums of money. Then he'd get rid of them himself and cash in on the insurance money. It's absolutely unforgivable. The artists represented here poured their entire lives into these paintings. These are nothing less than their final and supreme masterpieces. To think of these masterpieces in the hands of a man like that who thinks of art only as a commodity. Paintings aren't painted to be treated like that. Masterpieces aren't born to be treated like that. It's wrong. That's why I made the decision to become an art thief. To protect these paintings. Protect them from that man.
There's a lot of truth in what you say. I like what I've heard.
Well, now that that's settled, I think I'll leave the dirty work to you, Getbackers.
Himiko!
Himiko, don't tell me you're walking out on us.
Himiko, you're just gonna shove a load of trouble at us and leave?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm with the transport service. My assignment is already finished. It ended the minute I transported you two here. See ya!
Hey! Don't you screw with me! Come back here, damn it! Himiko!
Himiko?
What?
Her attitude towards you, it's kinda changed.
Huh?
It's only gone back to the way it used to be. Now back to business. So, what are you saying you want to hire us for, Mr. Clayman?
Huh?
Thank you for all your hard work, men of the recovery service.
Well, well, if it isn't Mr. Hachisu, coming to meet us yourself, what a courteous thing to do. This mean you want to dispose of the sunflowers along with us?
That's a dirty trick, not to mention a total breach of our contract.
I used you to find out the location of this gallery. I had a shadowing service follow your every move.
Well, at least he's honest about it, eh, Bond?
So much trouble for little old us. I'm flattered.
And you must be the infamous Clayman. I really must offer you my thanks. I've profited a great deal from our interactions, but I'm afraid it's time to end our relationship. You see, it'd be rather inconvenient for me if the world found out that all of the paintings you stole from me, including the 13th sunflowers, were fakes.
So that's the truth? The sunflowers is a fake?
I had a scientific appraisal performed on it. The results were clear. The paint is far too new to be Van Gogh's.
You don't understand the truth of these paintings at all. You have no right to call yourself an art dealer, Mr. Hachisu.
Get them.
Bring it on, boys!
I ain't pulling any punches!
You idiot! Hold your fire! What are you doing? Who are these guys?
We're the invincible recovery service known as the Getbackers.
Snake fight!
Remember us? Now then, former client Hachisu, it's time for an added bonus.
A little something we call after-sales service.
Stay away from me! I'm warning you! Stay away!
Look out! The fuel! No, Vaughn! The painting!
What?
The paintings? I don't care about the paintings anymore! If the worthless things won't make me any money, who cares if they're real or fake? Burn away! Burn away! Everything burn away! Hurry! Start the car!
Huh?
I said hurry!
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I finally did what I needed to do. I burned everything down to a cinder. At last, victory!
As you requested, we've brought 300 million yen in cash. Please, check it.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience of asking for a portion of the insurance money in cash, gentlemen.
You realize that if you continue to be at such high risk for theft, even a company of our standing will have no choice but to dissolve your insurance policy.
Our company never expected something like this would happen either. As the person in charge of the Takaoka department store's gallery, this robbery has been a terrible blow to me. Oh, not to mention, of course, to art history and historians in general. Don't you agree, Abukawa?
You're absolutely correct, Mr. Hachisu.
It's such a shame. Such an absolute shame.
Oh, really? Was it that much of a treasure?
You two!
It's us, the recovery guys.
So sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Client, sir. But we got the 13th sunflowers back just like you asked us to.
Huh? But that can't be! That was destroyed by the flamethrower!
Oh, by the flamethrower.
What could he possibly be talking about, Genji?
Oh! And as a free bonus, we managed to get back all of the paintings Clayman's stolen from you up to now. Isn't that wonderful, Mr. Hachisu?
It's a lie! It's a lie! I saw it with my own 2 eyes. The Renoir and the Gogh and that damn 13th sunflowers too. All of them went up in flames, I tell you. I did it with my own 2... Oh.
Mr. Client, are you sure you didn't have a nightmare or something?
Oh.
We went ahead and left the paintings with the parking lot attendant downstairs. Don't forget to pick them up, okay?
And with that, Mr. Client,
Thanks for the business.
So, what's this all about, Mr. Hachisu?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know. I don't know.
That was only 50,000 volts. Not much of a shock at all. But if all I wanted was for your face muscles to spasm, and for your mask to crack off, then I guess it was enough, huh?
Now show us your true self, Mr. Clayman.
A woman?
I don't remember ever telling you that I wasn't one.
Quite a piece of work, you know that. So where's the real Abukawa, if I may ask?
If you leave Japan for good, I'll spare your life. That threat, plus a little money, was all the motivation he needed.
So Himiko's transformation into a man right after the Jeep crash was one of your tricks. You used that clay of yours to make some guy look like Himiko. And Himiko used her puppet perfume to make him do her bidding. When the Jeep crashed, the impact tore his mask right off, and he turned back into a man. You had me completely taken in.
That business in the amusement park was the same thing, huh? When you made Ban and I turn against each other, right before I passed out, I saw something that looked like bits of clay falling to the floor. That's how I figured it out.
The Jagan was a fake.
You went through the trouble of coming here just to confirm that? I'll admit, you two truly did well by me. And I paid your 1.8 million yen recovery fee in advance. So what's the problem, gentlemen?
There's no problem. The job is over. There's some things I'd like to ask you about. For instance, how is returning the paintings after you went through all the trouble of stealing them eternal recovery? And also, once and for all, are the paintings here real or are they forgeries? Logically speaking, there's no way they can be real. Hachisu said so himself. The paint on the canvas is too new. But still, these damn paintings pack enough visual power to drive logic itself right out the window.
I told you, didn't I? I can't tell you whether the paintings are real.
I'm asking you personally, not professionally.
Before I give you an answer, would you be willing to help me out with something?
Huh?
I want to get them to a sunnier place.
Come on, Ban, hand the next one up to me. Hurry!
All right already.
This is the last of them.
So how about you answer my question? Just what the hell is this painting?
It's exactly what you see. Van Gogh's 13th sunflowers.
Huh?
Come on.
Van Gogh saw there were no shadows in ukiyo-e prints, so he thought Japan must be a country so bright there was no way for anything to cast a shadow. Intrigued, he went in search of the greatest possible brightness, and wound up settling in Arles in the south of France. Van Gogh, a Christian, got the idea of inviting 12 artists he respected, including Gauguin, to live there. He wanted to create a group of artists in the village modeled after the 12 apostles, with Gauguin as Christ.
But the only one who came was Gauguin.
So what did Van Gogh do? He painted his Sunflowers series and hung them in the rooms of those who were to become apostles. He was so sure they would come one day. He kept painting the flowers of the sun to welcome them. Eventually, Van Gogh and Gauguin parted ways, and some years later he committed suicide, leaving the 12 sunflowers behind.
Leaving the 12? So the 13th one is...
This is a work Van Gogh created after his death, leaving it behind like flowers for his own grave.
Oh, what do you mean after his death? You mean he's a ghost?
Enough games, lady. That story's bull.
Whether you believe it or not, it's the truth. All of the masterpieces here are works painted by the masters after their deaths. They painted into them all their thoughts about this world, and all their regrets. Now that Hachisu's evil plans have been revealed, all these paintings will certainly be judged as fakes. They will have no place to go, but as the curator of its affiliated museum, I intend to display them right here in this very department store. In places where children and adults can freely go, like the lounges and cafes and stairwells, you see? I haven't truly gotten the masterpieces back if all I do is line them up in my secret gallery. When they are seen by large numbers of people, masterpieces start to gain a kind of radiance. And over the passage of hundreds of years, the crude results of those scientific appraisals will be forgotten. And the day will come when these paintings are recognized as the masterpieces they are. I'm sure of it. The eternal recovery I desire. That's what it truly means to me. Though I don't expect you to believe a story like that.
You know what, Miss Clayman?
There's something we'd like to ask you, okay?
Hey!
Yo, guys!
Oh, welcome home, Ban and Ginji.
Hi. How's it going?
Kazu? What are you doing here?
What do you want?
Never mind me. Did you safely complete Clayman's assignment, huh?
Huh? How do you know about that, anyway? Oh, have you been spying on us with those threads of yours?
Speak up, Kazuki.
Did you figure out right away that Abukawa was Clayman in disguise? Oh, and that Clayman was not a man at all, but a woman?
We know that already. We can't take our eyes off you for a second, huh? Thread-spinning weirdo from hell.
Well then, how about the fact that Clayman's mother was a world-famous medium?
Huh? Hold on a second. What did you just say?
Oh, you mean the part about Clayman's mother being a renowned medium? Is that what you're referring to?
What?
Are you sure about that?
I got this information through one of the most trusted sources in my intelligence network. There's no mistake, believe me.
But a medium is someone who holds seances and talks to spirits and stuff, isn't that right? So those paintings were the work of ghosts after all?
That's not what I'm saying. The person who painted them was probably none other than Clayman's mother herself. Or actually, to be more accurate, perhaps I should say that the spirits of the artists borrowed her mother's body for a while, and used it to make those paintings. That 13th sunflowers must have been done by Clayman's mother, housing the spirit of Van Gogh. When you think of it that way, you can understand Clayman's obsessions with those paintings. So if you're going to use the strictest of standards, those paintings are fakes. But the souls of the masters were poured into them.
That's enough. This kind of talk is pointless.
True art needs no explanation. That's a direct quote from Clayman herself.
Sounds like you've been bitten by the art lover bug Clayman carried around.
I'm telling you, Chief. One look at this and you'll understand, too.
Yeah, that's right. Show him.
Huh?
Ta-da!
A masterpiece.
You've got to be kidding. Is that real?
Ha ha! We bought it with the recovery fee we got from Clayman.
What?
Take a look, Natsumi. That's 1.8 million yen. 1.8 million!
Wow, it's wonderful. Hey, Chief, why don't we hang it up right here in the cafe?
You guys won't ever pay your tab and then you buy a thing like this?
Oh, thank you.
In the next episode of Getbackers, what could possibly make me team up with Dr. Jackal? Or how about the recovery job of a lifetime? Heaven's put together a dream team of the toughest pros in the biz to get back an object so secret, it's only known by its initials. Can we trust the masked men who sent us on this mission? Do I dare enter the limitless fortress to find out? Don't miss the next mystery-filled episode of Getbackers!